Hey everyone, it's Lavender here to do your reading for What Would Your Ex Say to You If They Could? So let's get started. Also, thank you for joining me. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my website link is in my bio. You can also visit my Instagram page and send me a DM and we can work something out. If you're within Canada, you don't have to buy off my website. We can do e-transfer or we can even do PayPal. So yeah. Anywho, let's get started. My room is obviously dusty. I should probably do some dusting, but I don't know what's going on. We'll just leave it. Okay, so pile number 1. Let's get into your reading. If your ex, for my collective, pile number 1, what would your ex say to you if they could? Ooh, 2 of Cups wanted to come out. What would your ex say to you, pile 1, if they could? High Priestess. What would pile 1's ex say to them if they could? 9 of Swords. Ooh, what would pile 1's ex say to them if they could? 7. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, well, listen. Okay, so for you, pile number 1, I do get the feeling that your ex right now is probably feeling a bit thrown off balance by the loss of the connection, maybe the choice that was to be made to manifest something. I get the vibe that they do still want to have success with you, manifest something, build into something bigger at this time. But let me just pull a couple more. Sorry, let's just get really detailed. So on the High Priestess, please. Pile number 1's ex could tell them something. Ooh, pile number 1's ex could tell them something. Okay. Pile number 1's ex could tell them something. Pile number 1's ex could tell them something. What would they say? All right, so pile number 1, I feel like your ex would tell you that they find you to be quite intuitive, mysterious, and interesting. They do want to let you know that if there were any hidden things within the relationship, they do feel as though you figured them out. You guys could be quite intuitive. You could be the pile that even does tarot yourself. They do recognize the inner knowing that you had within the connection. It could have been kind of gaslit along the way in some ways. Although I don't necessarily feel like this is overly negative. I'm not getting like a malicious vibe. However, there are definitely some feelings within the connection. They have conflicting feelings. They feel kind of caught off guard and hurt by this ending with you, and even feel like they need to kind of save face, essentially. But yeah, if they could tell you something, I do think that they would say your intuition was spot on with what was going on. They do feel that you intuitively moved the way that you should have, and that is like a positive thing to them. They would consider that a victory. Maybe in your relationship, you did nurture them in a way that was exactly what was needed, despite not being told, and I think that they would tell you that. But if there was anything that you kind of had an inkling about, you were definitely right about that. And I think they wonder how you even knew that. I think they would even say that they do see that you are actually doing better off on your own, and they do recognize that. They do recognize that maybe they were not serving you how they should have, and maybe having them in your life was more of a burden for you than it should have been, and I definitely feel that they do recognize that as well. I feel like they think that you're quite a balanced individual. You have like a good you have a very good balance of basically like light and dark traits, or a good balance of logic and heart and stuff like that. So they do think that you're quite grounded and reliable, sturdy, and I think that they do appreciate that about you. They do also want to say that they have issues themselves when it comes to love, and maybe trusting love, maybe being damaged from the past had caused some problems with your relationship. Fears of maybe repeating the past had caused some issues with your relationship. However, they definitely do recognize that what you did offer them was very, just like incredibly pure and from your heart. They do recognize that despite the way that you did come forward with all of your love and care, they maybe were not able to fight off those problems within themselves to be able to show up for you how they should have. And I think that that is something that they think about late at night, and could even kind of wake up in the middle of the night just kind of haunted by that. Depending on how long your relationship lasts. Sorry, I'm kind of sick right now. And I keep having to sneeze. But it passed. So yeah, with you, I think they want to let you know that they are sorry for the way that their past wounds got in the way of the relationship. They definitely see you as very nurturing and kind, and like have a seriously beautiful energy, but they do recognize how they let their fears take over and become maybe bigger than they should have been. Um, and like maybe also caused an instance where you couldn't connect. They kind of would only let you so far in, and not really allow you to touch their heart. You know, they kept you kind of at arm's length, is what I'm feeling. I also think that they would tell you that they felt at a certain point, or even now, that they need to defend themselves. So I get a feeling that these type of people with this intuitive energy, I think that these type of individuals, they found it difficult, maybe how intuitive you are and how close that you were able to get to their thoughts, mind, whole essence. And I think this really threw them off guard, because they didn't really want someone in their energy space like that. I get the feeling that this person finds it difficult to open up to other people, and the fact that you were able to see them so clearly was something that they did not like. With the seventh chakra, which is the crown chakra, which would lead me to think that you are obviously very intuitive with these multiple chakra cards, and the high priestess along with the temple path. I just feel like you guys are incredibly spiritual, and I think that you being able to see into this person so much raised some insecurities for them, which made them feel and kind of go into this protective mode of themselves that caused some trouble within your relationship as well. The Seven of Wands, I do felt that maybe they always felt like they were on defense, whether you were raising questions and kind of like just telling them about things that were not working for you. They did feel defensive about that, which I think led them to maybe act the way they did, or maybe shut down. With these two sevens here, I do think that they're doing a lot of thinking about it lately, whether this was something that happened recently or even something that happened in the past. I do think that they are reflecting on this and kind of taking accountability in that way, whether they want to tell you this in person or not. I do feel like that is something that they're doing. I can't forget to look into the camera, because when I look down, I feel like I always look a little silly, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, the conflict and things, I think mostly was just like their fear of being seen. Like you can see through them so clearly that they didn't feel. But then I'm also picking up this energy of also maybe not being fully seen by you, maybe misunderstandings as well. Feeling like maybe you didn't really see what was going on, and maybe like they felt like you could have been projecting onto them, whether that be like the case or not. But it's just like, you know what you bring to the table, and you do feel like maybe you took this very personally because of how deeply that you felt for this person. So when they started doing these things to you, you felt just moved by that in a negative way. And this could have definitely caused a bit of a ruckus and caused for them to feel like they needed to kind of protect themselves and like put up a kind of a wall. But I do feel like they're at a moment of standstill here. They're thinking about this. Like, you're actually making them think about it. And they certainly are. However, there is still, they would tell you that they feel a sense of like comfort and camaraderie and like home with you. I think that you did really touch their heart in a way that maybe many haven't before. And so with that energy, I think that you did really spark something in them that was really beautiful and hasn't been touched in a while. With the 3 and 8 here, with the 11, makes me think of, like a doorway, and how like they really did open their heart to you in a way that they haven't for others in a while. And so when this did end, they felt kind of left in the cold and abandoned, just hurt by that, because they did feel like they did invest and give maybe more than they usually do, whether you see that or not, or know that or not. I do feel like this person would tell you that that's why to them maybe that hurts so much. I do get this energy though that they want to like bring balance to the situation. I don't know if they know how to like actually move forward with you anymore, because there is like a hesitancy, and I think it's because of the feeling of being left out. Like maybe you just like really switched up on them at the end. Like, I know that I can have a habit of doing this where it's like I will try for so long, but when I feel like my efforts aren't being heard, or what I'm saying is falling on deaf ears, then at a certain point I just don't anymore. Because a lot of us, it's like you can only handle so much rejection, or perceived rejection, before you just kind of don't want to feel that anymore. And that's often the reason why people put up their masks or switch it up or change it up. And I'm kind of feeling like because of how you kind of switched up on them, it was a little bit confusing, I think, to them. Maybe a sign they hadn't seen from you before, and they didn't know how to move forward. But that being said, they do still want to heal the situation. Now, I don't know if it's particularly heal it and move it into like a space of love how it was, but I do think that they want to at least come to some sort of like common ground and rebalance the connection. Well, actually, I do. I actually, no. Yeah, they do want to. With the Lover's card and the Magician with the 6 of Wands, it's like they do want to manifest something here that you guys can feel proud of. I do feel like they have a choice, right? They have a choice to manifest something with you, or to just take a completely different route and maybe go the other direction. And I think that they're leaning more towards wanting to manifest something with you, because I do feel that you touched their heart in a way that a lot of people haven't. And I think maybe they did fall in love with you. Yeah, they wanted something long term, is what I'm seeing. Like, they're the Page, the King, and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, yes, this is the progression here more so, but I'm kind of getting like they wanted to grow from a seed to something established, but it just took a long time. There could have been like waiting involved with this individual that I think maybe you don't know how to do that. Maybe you're not really versed in being put on the shelf. Me personally, as an Aries with an Aries Venus, that's like one of the most difficult things for me, is patience and waiting for something, because it feels like not I feel like many of us Aries are not particularly used to that tempered energy. We're more so like, as we are cardinal signs, or you could be, the signs I'm seeing for you actually, we have Pisces, Cancer, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aries, Aquarius. So yeah, you could be any of those signs, but with these cardinal energies, right? Like even like Cancer, Aries, Capricorn. Capricorn's more used to the tempering thing because they're earth signs, but some of us, when we're put on the shelf, it takes away where we get our life force from, right? Like as initiators, it's something that is ever growing, and we're so used to just going for it that like that's what makes us successful, is that we act on things and we go for them more before everyone else. That's how a lot of people in this pile are, I think. You go for it, and when it comes to love, it's like when you're put in that space to wait, you start to question, is this what love means for me? Because the flame that is burning is kind of being put out the whole time. Which, I mean, some might say that is a lack of maturity, but I don't really think so. Everyone just has different love languages, and sometimes like getting together with someone that has a different one, it can be confusing and people can feel unheard, unmet. I do feel like this person would want to tell you that they would like a new beginning with you, though. They want to start over from a more kind-hearted space. Although they think that in the past, maybe they held back more than they should have when it comes to expressing their emotions to you. And I think that they want to be more open with you emotionally. They want to bring you the good news, perhaps, about how they actually do feel about you. Because with the 10 of Cups here, this is someone that feels as if you have a special connection. You guys had a special connection in your, in the path here that you had chosen. And I think that they do want to do that. They want to celebrate with you and like have that camaraderie and that love again. They may regret the instances where they had chosen work over you, if any of them, or maybe they were too stern. I do think they regret that. I do think they regret if they had listened to any gossip in regards to you from other people, instead of just taking for face value what it was that you had given them. I do think that they feel that bad about that. But this relationship, I think they want to say, I kind of feel like it's on a pause here. In a way. Because I think they want to restart it if you choose to do that again, sure. But it's like, I think this was an exercise in both of you for like speaking up about yourself, having more self-care, and kind of actually getting yourself to a point where you're not going to overextend and deviate from your path. That's kind of been a theme here for a few readings that I've done recently with some clients that I've had. And, definitely a theme for me too. I think a lot of us are just learning how to move through relationships without putting ourselves last. So in that case, I do feel like it's a bit of a journey for you here. This becomes X with, I don't know what card that was, but they want victory within love. They want balance, and they actually would they do, I think, see something long-term with you. We have the happy family here. Some of you could have had children. You could have children with this person. They could see that with you, something special, but they do know that it's going to be a bit of a long journey, and it may take a while. So that's where things get a little bit hairy. Love using that. Their name could be Harry. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you. Let's draw one card from the Energy Oracle, and we'll close this one off for what Pile 1's ex would say to them if they could. Sovereignty, belonging, forgiveness, stability. and pride. They see your royalty. Didn't I mention that earlier in the reading? I meant to, with the color purple that was there with the seventh chakra. It's like what you bring to the table, you know that it has a lot of, like it carries a lot of weight. And so they see that. They see that you're worthy of committing to, worthy of love. And they do feel like you are a good partner. They feel as though that you belong with them. They do feel this like type of connection with you. They want stability and they do want forgiveness. With this person here on their knees, who between the two of you does someone need to be forgiven? Obviously if this person was like a total dinkus to you, I don't particularly feel like they were awful in this pile. I don't. But I mean, of course, reading for a collective, so use your discernment. But yeah, with the forgiveness here, I do have a feeling that someone's going to get vulnerable here and release their pride to transform the relationship. So that is, I think, what your ex would say to you if they could. So thank you very much, Pile 1, for joining me. And I will go ahead and go get into Pile 2. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. Also, if you'd like to, if this resonated and you want to book a reading with me, please visit my bio on my YouTube page, click my website, and purchase a reading. If you're not able to purchase a reading through there and you are within Canada and would like to e-transfer me, feel free to go on my Instagram and send me a DM. And I check them very often, so I will be looking. Oh gosh, why am I itchy? Okay, Pile 2. Hi, Pile 2. What would your ex say if they could? What would they say to you if they could? My name is Lavender. Thank you for coming to my page here for this reading. If you do find that it resonates and you'd like to book a personal reading with me, please go ahead and look at the link in my bio and click on that. Also, like and subscribe if you like this. Okay, so pile number 2. Pile number 2. Oh, please. What would pile number 2's ex say to them if they could right now? Sorry, I'm a little sick. What would pile number 2's ex say to them if they could right now? Oh my goodness. Okay. So we got, ooh, 10 of Cups at the bottom here. We got 4 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. So let's also just get a little bit more detail here. What would pile number 2's ex say to them if they could? What would pile number 2's ex say to them if they could? What would pile number 2's ex say to them if they could? What would pile number 2's ex say to them if they could? Okay, so for overall, I feel like your ex intuitively feels very close to you. They feel like you have a very emotionally fulfilling connection. When they were with you, they felt incredibly happy. I'm just going to put these right here for now. They felt incredibly happy, although they may not have told you this. I do think that they loved you. Maybe this was like a short-lived connection. Maybe they didn't actually tell you that, but they felt it within. They did try to give to you as much as they could to reinforce their, I definitely get the vibe of this person having more of like an earth energy. Of course with the passion too, with the King of Wands, but, ooh, got some more energy coming up. They, I think are a bit of a slow and steady type of person. So I am getting that. Now you could have, for signs, we have Cancer, Pisces, we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This person could be a fire sign, water sign, or earth sign. So for some of you, I felt like they were really focused on other things at the time of your guys' relationship. They were more focused on their career or building their stability, or maybe even specific commitments. For some of you, they could have been committed to someone else. They could have even possibly had another option kind of in their mind, which could have led them to be hesitant to even maybe commit to you, is also like a small thing. That option could have been a Taurus individual. But I do get the vibe that they had a hard time coming forward with all their passion towards you. There was definitely this missed opportunity vibe, and I do see that they recognize that. They would tell you that they missed an opportunity with you. They would tell you that they did want to move forward and take this journey with you because of how close they felt, but it seemed like every time that they got the moment to tell you how they really felt or open up and be honest with you, they literally didn't take it. They avoided it. So they really did cut themselves off from being fully open. They certainly kinked the hose in this relationship. Like, it could have flowed so beautifully if they would have just allowed themselves to say what they felt when they felt it. This person was very hesitant, I think, because of their priorities. I also do think that their financial life could have been a factor in this as well. I think that they had a really hard time balancing this connection because of their financial constraints, which may have made them feel inferior or unable to give you what it was you deserve. Now, whether they felt embarrassed to say this or not, I do think that this did play a role in the relationship, because they were prioritizing their work, their money, and being able to be someone maybe that you could rely on. I just feel like priorities were very all over the place with this connection, with this person, this ex of yours. They did not particularly listen to their intuition. I think when it came to trying to, like, this person just really operates from the 3D. They're very, like, super duper grounded and logical to the point where, like, they'll, like, override their emotions because maybe that's something that they've always done. And so I think that they would tell you that they are sorry for not listening to what they knew in their heart at the time when they should have. They definitely did see you as someone. Listen, here it is. Maybe even at this point, maybe they didn't see that you were someone that could, like, be that person for them. Like, maybe they misread you from the beginning from not listening to their intuition, and were like, they didn't see you as the truly, like, fruitful, comforting. Like, I don't know if they felt like you wouldn't be able to sustain this relationship long term. They maybe didn't have faith in building something long term with you, but now they do. Now they see it. Like, in the beginning, I felt like they didn't see it. In the beginning, I kind of get this energy of this person being like, I've been alone. I've been alone. I can run shit on my own. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need someone else. They may even have been a little bit arrogant, not gonna lie. Like, in a sense, like, just being a little bit like, not the, not to my collective. Sucked your teeth at you? That ain't right. Anyway, they're wrong. So they get that now. They're like, oh man, like, I did mess up. I did mess up with pile 2 for this. I didn't see them as someone reliable, someone sustainable, someone who could handle what I was throwing at them. If that even makes sense to you, I don't know. But now they do, and they do blame themselves for just not seeing accurately. I don't know what they were looking through a lens that was quite cloudy. Like, I just think this person had so many things going on that they really did only have space to kind of think about themselves. And so when you came into the picture, maybe it was quite unexpected. They didn't really plan for it. And so prioritizing you into their life was something that was, like, really hard for them maybe to even recognize at the time. Like, I just feel like there's, like, a lot going on with this person, and they weren't really able to, like, recognize what you were to them. Like, I do feel like you were like a gift to this person. Now they do see it. I do get the feeling that they kind of want to give to you more than they maybe did before. Whether they can do that or not, I don't know. I feel like they're going to try to make time. I think that's hidden from you, that they do want to give to this. Um, yeah, because they do. Listen, they want to heal things with you. Partially, I also think that they would tell you that, like, the sex was bomb. So, whatever, like, if you, the sexual interactions you guys had or the chemistry that you guys had, they think about that and they miss that. And I think that when they do come forward, if they do get the balls to just sit in their what their heart is telling them, and they do decide to come forward and give more to you, which I think is like actually hidden. I don't this I don't know when they're going to come forward about it, but they they might disguise this as first as like a sexual thing. Now, whether you're going to accept that or not is totally up to you, because I mean, I think this person is just going to feel it out and be like, are you open to that? And then if you are, they're going to do that, obviously. But then they might start being a bit more serious about things. Now, I don't even want to say that, honestly, because yeah, that's what I'm seeing. But a lot of the time that can go wrong, and then you just end up feeling used, you know? So you're definitely going to want to use your discernment big time with that. But I do feel like if they do come back in, that's how it'll be. They're gonna like test the waters with like a sexual connection first and then see. Now, God, I feel like I need to do a disclaimer. So I watch this reader called Shadow Play Tarot who says Delulu checkpoint. And so yeah, word to Shadow Play, Delulu checkpoint right here. Because also she's really good. She predicted something for me and like a connection that I was in like a while ago, and where we ended up kissing in an alleyway. That's exactly what happened. I was like, alleyway? But that's exactly what happened. Like, it was so weird. We were out, and it was like a night, and we went out to the alleyway just for like maybe a smoke or something. And then he ended up kissing me. I was like, this is exactly what Shadow Play Tarot said. So anyway, just saying. But yeah, I think that your ex would tell you that also your ex may have a few shady tendencies, not gonna lie. So let's bring that up just because we're talking about alleyways and stuff. But yeah, they may have some shady tendencies. I get the feeling this person has a bit of player tendencies. We do have the King of Wands here with the Two of Swords. I mean, we all know what the King of Wands can be when he's not looking for something long term. He can be a bit of a boy. So, you know, we're fuck boy, fuck girl energy here a little bit. But I just think that it comes from more of a place of confusion and not malicious intent. They recognize that they missed an opportunity. And like, they're not happy about that, really. Like, they don't feel good about it. They're actually like, fuck, why did I do that, you know? I was just too focused on my own shit. And I missed a good opportunity here because I didn't see it clearly for what it was until after. Don't you hate that? That literally happens to me every time, I feel like clockwork. It's like no one sees what's in front of them till I leave. And then they're like, actually. And you're like, why didn't you see it first? But I'm just picking up on this. So, Two of Cups and the adjacent possibilities. They could have also been weighing their options a little bit and kind of, you know, just being not particularly open, but maybe like thinking about other connections too while you guys were together, maybe because they just were unsure about you. That could be something that they also were doing. I don't know if they particularly want to tell you that, but you know, but also it's like I think with this connection, they do now see that there are so many things that you can do together that maybe they didn't see before. Like I just feel like they weren't seeing clearly and now they are, and they're kind of like, you know what, we actually would make a good couple. Like we could do these things together. It didn't have to be so hard. Like, I just felt like this person made so many excuses or just so many reasons about why everything was wrong. But there's a more positive spin on it now with the 24, aka like equaling 6. There's a more positive spin on it. They also feel like there's lots of ways for you to come together and heal this now. Like, maybe you're feeling a little bit more like pessimistic now about this than they are. And so I am picking up a little bit on that energy where you're like, oh my God, like, I don't even know what now. You know what I mean? Like, that was a train wreck. So, da da da. Um, I feel like they do also want to talk about the fact that they've been like thinking about maybe like how patience really was a factor in this and the need to like speak up about things and take the time to rest within love. I mean, this connection is definitely going to be something that takes patience just because of this person's energy and their like dynamic and maybe how they're like might have a propensity to be selfish at times or just to like not particularly prioritize things right. Like a lot of fire signs, their like best quality is like being selfish basically, you know, especially like Aries individuals like myself. Wow, that's a shiny T-zone. um you know, we have the propensity to be selfish because it's like our superpower. Like, but it comes from a place of like us needing to be like good first. And of course, if you like before giving to anyone else, naturally. But if you like overdo that energy, it can sometimes hurt the people around you, right? And we never want that. But yeah, I mean, I think this person would definitely say they were afraid of commitment. They felt like commitment threatened what it was that they built on their own. And that was, you know, that messed with whatever you guys had here. But, you know, they're working on their negative qualities here. And I think that they really do want to, like, put in the work to build something. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Like, okay, so everyone's ex is trying to spin the block so far. And for something long term. So, yeah, which is cute. But of course, like, may not be that way for everyone. Like, definitely do use your discernment when it comes to... Here's the G. Definitely use your discernment when it comes to the whole, like, approaching things from a sexual standpoint first. Because that can be a recipe for disaster. We all know that. Me personally, as someone who gets very attached to someone, if I do, like, have sexual relations with them, because it's, like, energetically, like, I, like, energetically when I'm talking to someone or I spend a lot of time with someone, my energy will link up with them. So when I do that with someone, then it's very linked. And that can, you know, cause for just like heightened emotion naturally. So yeah, I think that that's what your ex would tell you right now. And let's just pull one more card for them. Just tidy up my little station here. Cabs here. Are you in the... Yeah, they want another opportunity, but they feel like you're mad at them. Hold on. What is the 7 of Swords, 8 of Wands? What do you mean? Take it here. Oh, they're going to be sneaky. They want to rebuild this with you. I think they're going to sneak in and even like ask you something to be like something mundane about like work or something, or some like mutual friends that you guys know. If it's like a no contact situation, I think they're trying to slide in. And why is it sneaky? Because they have an agenda, and the agenda is to feel it out. Yeah. They're going to communicate. Yeah, they want to put an end to whatever this conflict is. I think they want to come in very passionately. However, there are still issues around money. Like, I don't know if this person does come in, they may still have some of those tendencies that they had prior. So definitely be aware, but they are thinking about you and they are sad about it because they really did have so much fun with you. They liked your connection. They're sad that it ended. Oh, stop with your indecision. Yeah, the thing is, they are so GD indecisive. They are so caught up in their head. Like, this person has a lot of, like, I think they're scared. They're like scared to love. They probably have been hurt in the past, and I think that's why they are the way they are. Which I'm not like sympathizing with this person, like a little bit, you know? Like even empathizing with them because like I get it. But they need to make a choice, and I think the choice that they're going to make is going to be in line with moving forward with you. Yeah, they're following the light. They're following what makes them happy. I think they're starting to like shed the layers of this mechanical aspect of themselves that they have allowed to take the lead and start looking at the things that actually bring them joy. And she's holding like something here. You can see it. She's holding like a diamond. And like to me, along with the door to spirit, it's like looking at the door to spirit, looking at the light to the journey, holding back the diamond like this. And just like putting all the like 3D things to the back and deciding to move forward with love and what they feel in their heart. Although this may feel conflicting to them because yeah, they are still quite focused on money, but they're also focused on you. So let's pull one card. Why do I talk like that? Pull one card for pile number 2 for what their ex would say to them right now if they could. Listening. Giving. Open. Potential. Resonance. Wisdom. Pleasure. Attunement. Receiving. All right. Like they would, sorry, just saying words, but yeah, like they're at the point now where they want to listen. They're listening to what their heart is telling them. They're listening to their higher self now instead of this mechanical, unemotional standpoint. They want to give to you. They are willing to figure out what it is they can give. And there is a brand new, renewed sense of openness with this person. Because they see your potential and they know that you guys are on the same frequency. Frequency as in FREAKUENCY. Yeah, like I think you guys have like I think you guys had really hot sex. Like there's something really spicy about this. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold. The only thing you need to watch out for is this person's duplicity. Okay, they're not always going to be super upfront. You may have to read between the lines. There could be unexpected things. This person seems to be a little bit temperamental. And they do put a pretty big value on, I think, stability and maybe even luxury things. I think they are very stressed out right now about money and stuff like that. But I do also think that potentially this person has the capability to help you make more money as well within your community in unexpected ways. Oh, sorry, is that Neptune? Yeah, that's Neptune. That's not Uranus. Yeah, so just try not to get too caught up in the dream with this person. Definitely still take their actions and the things that they say for face value because I just feel this chaotic energy from this person. And so I just want you to be mindful of their chaotic nature because getting roped into things doesn't feel good when you have expectations and the person just can't necessarily deliver what it is that they feel. Because a lot of the time with tarot, it's like, yeah, they feel this way. This is what they would say. Are they going to do it? Maybe, but they also have free will, and the chaos that's in this person's life seems to be affecting that. So thank you so much, Group 2, for hanging out for the reading. If this resonated and you'd like to book a reading with me, please go to the link in my bio or message my Instagram, and I check them daily. Yeah, I have a website. You can buy a reading there, or you can message me directly. All right, moving on to group 3. Hello, group 3. It's Lavender here to do your reading. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold right now. To do your tarot reading. So let's look into what your ex would say to you right now if they could. So group 3, what would your ex say to you right now if they could? Group 3, what would your ex say to you right now if they could? Group 3, what would your ex say to you right now if they could? All right, so here's the pile that I think there is some animosity here between you guys. I'm definitely feeling that. Group 3, what would their Group 3, what would their person say to them if they could? Group 3, what would their person say to them if they could? Group 3. Okay. All right. Well, so I think that this person and you had a complicated relationship. Okay? I think both of you did things to each other that mirrored pretty negative aspects of one another. I do feel like this is by far the messiest pile out of the entire group. So with the King and the Queen of Swords, great counterparts, but with the Tower, you know, when they're doing well, they're super intelligent, they're very capable, they're stoic and stern, and just like a fun couple that doesn't take life too seriously, although they are incredibly well read and established. Okay, now with the Tower card, so first off we have Aries and Aquarius and Scorpio, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Yep. Could also have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But that's least likely, but that is there. Okay, just trying to get my bearings here. There was something that happened here where I don't think you guys are on great terms at the moment. Really don't think that you would even be particularly on speaking terms, and if you are, it's like very to the point, because someone felt extremely betrayed here. Because there was deceit within the relationship that I think they are reflecting on right now. So, what your person would say to you is, yes, there was things that you don't know in the relationship that happened. Someone had options. Someone was weighing their options. Someone could have took it far with those options. Maybe that's what caused the trouble within your relationship, was this situation that caused a Tower moment because someone was being dishonest, and it could have came as a big shock to you. Maybe both of you were doing this. Like, I definitely get the vibe of someone matching, like people matching each other's energy. I also think that this person, despite having been very emotionally fulfilled by you, there was always this element of strategy just below the surface. I feel like this energy was just not evolved enough. There was immaturity here within this connection. Someone isn't particularly good at long-term relationships, maybe. Maybe they're just someone that hasn't really realized yet that you can't really treat people like trash and just treat everyone however you want them to be treated. Like, definitely getting that. I think that they've really hurt you. I think that you guys hurt each other. I think that whoever the male presenting or masculine energy was within this connection, I think that they were the first ones to do the cutting. And then I think that, so the one who was more dominant in the connection, I would say with that type of masculine energy, the person that's more dominant or maybe more outgoing or just like more in your face, I think they were the one that made the first wrong move. And then the person that was maybe more kept to themselves, more reserved, more introverted was the one that was hurt by that. Because with the queen, she's looking down. But it's just like, did this person think that you were a dumbass? Like, I'm so sorry, but like, I just feel like they misread you completely. Maybe even thought that you were naive. Maybe just thought that you weren't going to catch on that what they were doing. Like, okay. Don't love that. Don't love that. Don't love that. I just, yeah. So, anyway, so we've got the energy. We've got the energy of the reading, but yeah. So let's get in. What would this person say to you? Yeah, there was stuff. There was stuff going on behind the scenes. Yeah, I had options. I was deceitful. I kept some things from you. Um, you know, I wasn't fully in this the way that I said I was. That's what they would say. And they were trying to build something with you at the same time, though. Like, this pile could definitely be someone who like cheats, or like definitely getting the vibe of like a possible cheating situation or a cheating scenario, because they did want to build with you though. So what's the deal with this person? I just think that they're really, really weak when it comes to temptation and boundaries. So they don't know how to set healthy boundaries, and stomps on all the rest of their this stomps on their relationships. Like, I hardly think you're the first person that this person has done this to. They've done it to other people before too, because they can't set their effing boundaries, which is crazy because the King of Swords has a literal sword that is for cutting BS out, but I just don't think they know how to do that, unfortunately. And that's something that happened, and I think that's why they came to this relationship in a strategic way, because they wanted something from you. And I think they knew that if they showed up in the way that they always do, that you wouldn't accept that. And so they would say, yeah, I kind of did strategize. I felt like you were beautiful and amazing and I wanted you in my life, but I wasn't ready to stop the BS. And I wanted to build something with you, right? I felt at home with you. I felt so comfortable. I felt like we were building something together, but I let my fears get in the way. I think this person has a problem with validation, or they need to feel like maybe they just have like even a bit of a low self-esteem. It's like they need to feel desirable by other people in order to like let them know that they actually are desirable, like even if their partner tells them. Like, it just kind of makes me think of the type of person that something goes wrong within the relationships and then they like will seek their other validation and just not be totally upfront about it, which sucks. And like, for some of you, it couldn't have been that bad, right? Some of you, this person full on cheated. Some of you, this person maybe flirted and engaged in conversation with other people. You know what I mean? Some of you, maybe they let somebody, they just kind of let somebody think that they were available when they weren't, because they just didn't feel like the relationship was not giving them what they needed to feel comfortable. Now, of course, communication is ideal. That's what you want to talk about, right? You want to be upfront and clear about it so that this shit doesn't happen, but they are just kind of like that. Like, I feel like this person has a lot of dark-sided tendencies. Voldemort. Do you even speak? Stop right now, guys. Stop. You're making me laugh. Do you call this person Voldemort? He who shall not be named? Are you kidding me? That is so funny. I mean, I can't say I've done that before too. I've spoken of one of my exes as Voldemort. Sorry, I have a cold, so wow, really sorry about that. Uh-oh, do they partake in party activities? I feel like drug use or substance abuse definitely will make this come out in this person as well. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. They do want a new beginning with you, though. But I just don't think that it's coming from a super mature place. I just feel like their ego is bruised. Ooh, my God. Yeah, I just think their ego is bruised, bro. And they feel anxious about it because they're like, but, pal 2. I mean, 3. You might have some messages in pal 3. But yeah, definitely hostilities. Leo could be significant. Yeah, I mean, this person does want to come back in, but they're still gonna be shitty. Like, that's what they'd say. They're like, I haven't fully healed this, but like, you cool with it? Don't. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. But like, I think they're gonna take action towards this. Like, this is the thing. This person is gonna act on it. This person has the audacity, is what I'll say. They definitely have that. So they also want to tell you that they have the audacity. It's crazy. And like, maybe they're not like a particularly bad person, okay? Like, maybe they're not, but it's like, you're not doing the right stuff there. It's a little bit hurtful what you're doing to that person. And some of you, they flat out know. I think they all know. Oh, sorry. Deep down, they all know. Is the thing. Like, so they would tell you that I wouldn't build on this, but my emotions are not fully in it because of maybe what happened before. And I'm doing this to validate my own ego, not because I love you. But like, we have 10 of Cups here, so let's pull out that. Oh my God, so sorry, guys. So sorry. Okay, 10 of Cups. Let's pull on this for pile 3. Sexually motivated, biatch. Long term, they feel left out in the dark. Their ego is bruised. Oh my God, why did you do this? Why did you break up with me or whatever? Why did you leave me? It was supposed to be a long-term thing. They see you as looking incredibly beautiful. They see you as nurturing, caring, and laying down the law. I feel like you had to do what you had to do with this person and set those boundaries because they obviously weren't. They don't have those. They also don't have those with anyone else in their life. They're the type of people that let people into their space that clearly shouldn't be there, and they don't care because they're like, well, what? Selfish. They're sexually motivated. They were from the beginning. They actually weren't even totally sure about the long-term thing. I think they were just like giving it a go. You look like something that I want. It's just immaturity, right? And I guess they did want something long-term, but they were really slow, I think, about it because of this energy. So they're slow to commit because they're like, well, if I don't put a label on it, stop right now. It's ticking me off. If I don't put a label on it, then like it's not really, you can't really get mad whenever whatever happens. And if I don't put a label on it, then I also have more options. Bitch. If I was better at editing, I would edit that video in there right now. No. Fuck. Yeah, I think that you caught them doing that, and that threw them off guard because they're like, what? What do you mean you're going to check me for being shitty to you? Yes, we do. We do check motherfuckers here. Play with me. Storm warning. Oh my God. Listen. Ew, is this the type of person that has a bunch of girl best friends? Don't. Or like a bunch of guy best friends that are their friends that they've hooked up with. This is the type of person that's like, this is my best friend. They fucking fucked them like 20 times. Now, personally, I'm like kind of like fine. Like, yeah, you could have sexual relations with someone. You can even flirt with people a little bit, but don't love it. Feel like it's disrespectful, yes. But it's also like humans will be humans. But I just feel like this person doesn't set the fucking boundaries. So that's when the trouble sets in. Like, you need to just set boundaries about stuff. You need to just set boundaries about stuff because otherwise the other person feels like a goddamn fool. They feel like Bobo the Clown. Like, surely the circus isn't in town. So anyway, but like, this is helping you to move forward in your path. Like, this is an experience that you do need to experience, unfortunately, because you need to see what type of people are out there and how to protect yourself in these types of situations, unfortunately, right? But yeah, storm warning with the community. They could be saying stuff in the community about whatever. And also, there could be stuff that they are doing I feel like they would want to say that, yeah, those people that I'm friends with, I actually fucked. We still have kind of feelings for each other on the low, but we just don't tell people. Ew, guys. July 10th could be relevant. Just because I'm seeing 710 here. So maybe around that date, something's going to come to light and you'll be like, oh. Oh, so that's what it was. Cool. Anyway, I don't like this person's energy. They're quite icky with it. I'm not a huge fan of this. Let's pull on the storm warning. Storm warning. Yeah, so this new beginning, storm warning is, they'll juggle you again, bitch. They'll juggle you again. So the last two piles, I was like, oh, they want a new beginning. I think like pile 2, I was like, it's a little bit, debatable. Pile 1, I was like, I think that's fine. Pile 3, don't go back. Don't go back. They'll do it before because I saw this funny meme. It was like, one gorilla versus me going through a nigga's phone or something like that. Or was it like 100 men versus me going through a nigga's phone? Oh my god, I've laughed so hard. So yeah, don't go through their phone because you'll be pissed. Anyway, this energy is just annoying. And if you're a cross-watcher, what are you doing? I mean, listen, cross-watcher, I've been there before too. And like, I know personally me, I have the propensity to be a little bit flirty accidentally. I know what it's like to be a little bit flirty and just be a little flirty. It's not very nice though. It hurts people's feelings and you shouldn't do that. And it can be hard. And even when I drink, I do that sometimes accidentally. It's like, I'm not trying to like take action or anything. It's just like, it's naturally sometimes that happens. If you're on that side, okay, I'm gonna tell you, it's all good. Just work on that and fix that. If you're on the extreme side where you're just diabolical with it, know this. It will catch up to you. It will catch up to you and you will be like, you'll feel it in your chest. Okay? And you're gonna have to take several seats. And if anybody should take a seat, anybody should take a seat. So many memes keep coming up. It's you right now. Crosswatcher. Catalyst, yeah. But they would also tell you, group number 3, that you have been a catalyst to them. They actually, I think, see that what they did was wrong to you and they do feel bad for it. And it's going to change. It's going to change them. It's been a blessing and a burden, this relationship. They feel like it's, tuning them into who they really should be. Pile number 3 is X. But like they have a thing about power. There's Leo again. Emphasis on Leo, maybe. They have a thing about power. They're trying to be graceful, but like they have a low self-esteem, bro. They need to be perceived as attractive to other people to get validation. Like, it sucks. And I assume most cross-watchers are not here on the page, because I feel like I just read you and said rude stuff about you, and like, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be doing that to people, man. Like, it's not cool. And you'll get it back. It's all about perspective. Well, I do feel like this person is seeing differently now. They're seeing different now. Okay, so thank you very much, group number 3. That is what your ex would say to you. If it resonated with you and you want a personal reading, go ahead and hit the link in my bio and buy a personal reading from me off my website, or go to my Instagram account, which is also linked. Send me a DM and let's get busy. Thank you so much. Lavi out. I am gonna peace and upload this. Have an awesome weekend.